What is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy was traditionally defined as government actions to affect revenue, T for taxes, or spending, G for government spending, with the aim of influencing the economy to foster employment and economic growth without excessive inflation. The difference between G and T is defined as government financing, delta F. G minus T equals delta F. Fiscal policy is expansionary if government spending exceeds government revenue, that is, financing is positive, or contractionary if the reverse is the case, when financing is negative. A fiscal deficit, if G is greater than T, would stimulate the economy, and a surplus, if T is greater than G, would shrink the economy. But this type of analysis is too simplistic. The GFS framework instructs us that fiscal policy actions are not restricted to the general government sector. The actions of public corporations should also be considered. In addition, revenue is not limited to taxes. Revenue also includes social contributions, grants, and other revenue. Moreover, government spending should distinguish expense, which reduces net worth, from net investment in non-financial assets, which does not. The simple formulation in traditional fiscal analysis lumps both types of spending into variable G. Furthermore, the traditional model translates fiscal deficits directly into increases in government debt. Increased debt is equal to increased financing. G minus T equals delta F, which equals delta D. A fiscal deficit, G is greater than T, means the government would need to borrow, adding to debt. This assumes that deficits are financed uniquely through debt liabilities. Again, the GFS framework instructs us otherwise, and its balancing items provide a better assessment of financing. Specifically, the net operating balance shows the change in net worth due to revenue and expense, which lead to equivalent transactions in assets and/or liabilities. Some assets are non-financial and others financial. Some liabilities are debt and others are not. Similarly, net lending, net borrowing shows the change in net financial worth, which reflects transactions in financial assets and liabilities. In these ways, the GFS framework adds more precision and detail to the analysis. Fiscal policy should no longer be discussed merely as the study of deficits and debt. Moreover, the traditional model fails to recognize the impact of other economic flows and their linkages in an integrated balance sheet. Changes in stock positions between periods are explained by the transactions and other economic flows. Modern fiscal policy uses integrated balance sheets to formulate policies and monitor their impacts on net worth and net financial worth, as well as the composition of the balance sheet.